if our society was set up to help people thrive, not just survive? What if companies felt responsible for the health of the planet as well as their profits? In short, what if our worldview put life at the centre of everything? This is what we call a regenerative approach to life. Something is regenerative when it has a positive effect on the other patterns or systems of which it's a part. Perhaps you've heard of regenerative used in relation to farming, where soil, plants, animals and people support each other in a healthy ecosystem. Of course, many indigenous peoples have been living regeneratively and stewarding the land for thousands of years. It's only our modern way of living that has separated our social and natural lives from the ecosystems we're part of. Much of modern industrial farming has an extractive relationship to ecosystems, damaging soil, reducing biodiversity, and depleting water sources. But becoming regenerative isn't just about farming. Look at any other aspect of modern life and you'll see ways of doing things that are degenerative. Plastic pollution, building materials, transport, the list goes on. Every part of our life is connected to and sustained by the air we breathe, the water we drink, and the ground we stand on. We are either contributing to the cycles of life in a positive, regenerative way, or we are depleting and damaging them. Our social life can be seen through the same lens. Think about the way a school is part of its community, both supporting the families around it and being supported by them. When things are going well, this is a regenerative relationship, with the school, community and children all supporting one another and enriching local life. But what if education policies are discriminating against the disadvantaged, growing the disparities between rich and poor? Or think about your local high street, with independent shops that are woven into the fabric of the community. The national supermarket chain across the road may offer affordable food or provide jobs, but may also be taking the profits out of the community and eroding the viability of local businesses that just can't compete. Janine Benyus sums up regenerative in the simple phrase, "Life creates conditions conducive to life." This is the simple test to see if something is regenerative. Just ask, is it creating the conditions for other life to thrive or not? Adopting regenerative as a worldview starts us on a journey. This diagram by Bill Reed helps to visualize that journey from where we are today towards the regenerative future we hope for. The vertical axis moves from extractive or degenerative practices at the bottom, where we are fragmenting natural systems, to regenerative practices at the top, where we collaborate with them. On this line, we contrast less effective uses of energy and other resources that use up limited stocks, with the more effective use within the circular flows and patterns of the natural world. So we need to move from extractive practices that are harming nature to sustainable practices that don't add any further damage, and eventually to regenerative practices where we collaborate with nature and regenerate the natural systems we rely on to sustain us. In its simplest form, becoming regenerative is about asking how we can leave things even better than we found them. To get started, you might ask yourself, what are the people or natural systems around me that I can directly support? If you're a farmer, for example, that might be taking care of the soil on your land or ensuring your workers are fairly compensated. Maybe they even have shares in the business. Then looking further out, what are the wider systems you're part of that you can contribute to? How can you ensure that your family, business or community are contributing to and benefiting both the social and ecological systems of which they are a part? If you want to jump in, visit futurestewards.com where you can learn more and get started.